Hi, this is the Faraday Magnetism Lab. I will have asked you to launch this before you watch this video. The load on this is a little slow. So when the program comes up, you'll see Faraday's Electromagnetic Lab. Click on Start. And you'll see that loading message. Again, this may take a minute or two, so you're going to hear me blab for a second here while I wait for it to load up. The big thing we're going to change here is the default is a bar magnet, and we're going to get our data using an electromagnet. You can see there it says Faraday's Electromagnetic Lab is starting up. This is the same place we use for pretty much all of our multimedia lab software. What you're going to want to do is to have a piece of paper so that you and your lab partner can write down numbers. And then later on, I'm going to teach you how to use Google Docs to make a graph, which also may be a new skill. Don't sweat it. Okay, so here you can see I've got a bar magnet. My menus, there's the menus coming up right now. So instead of bar magnet, I'm going to pick electromagnet, and I just clicked it. See if I get some love here, and it works. There it goes. And you can see now I've got an electromagnet with a battery and some coils. So this is how we make an electromagnet. So I'm going to get rid of the compass by clicking Show Compass. Now that's gone. And I want to say Show Field Meter. And there that is. And I'm just going to, this is not critical, but we're going to just position it any place that you want. During your experiment, don't move it around. So now what I want you to do, over on the right here, I can change the number of loops. Here on the battery, you can see that little slider. I can change the voltage on the battery. So what I'd like you to do is, for instance, testing at 10, and without changing the loops, I'm going to change that to, what is that? It says 0. That's no good. So I've got 2 volts. And now I've got 6 volts. And all I want you to do is you can pick any one of these. I'm going to pick the first one. And you'll notice as I change the voltage, there it goes. That number just changed. So without moving the field meter around, I want you to test with 3 different voltage values. And then for each voltage value, for instance, right now I'll leave it at 10. I'm going to change the number of loops by clicking here. I'm going to change it from 4 to 3, write down my value, change it from 3 to 2, write down my value. Then I'm going to, so I've got 3 loop values for 10 volts. Then I changed it to 6. It doesn't matter, everybody's the same. And once again, I'm going to check test and write down my numbers for 2 loops, 3 loops, and 4 loops. And then finally, you're going to pick your third voltage. Mine happens to be 3. I'm on 4 loops, write down the number, 3 loops, write down the number, and 2 loops, write down the number. That's the whole experiment. So for 3 different voltages and 3 different loop values, write down your numbers. Pick the same line in the field meter. I use the big B, you can use BX, BY, and that last one is called Phi. We're not doing those. You can use anything you want. I just use the first line and it's fine. What we want to see is the effect of changing voltage and changing the number of loops on the strength of the electromagnet. So the goal for today is to get the lab run, get those 3 tests out of the way, and write down all the numbers. Please don't lose them. If I were you, I'd write those numbers in a table in Google Docs and save it so that next session I can show you how to do graphs. Okay, go do that for me. Thank you.